Halo Top is ice cream's biggest game changer. I love this stuff. I was eating it just the other night. The caramel macchiato flavor. Oh my God, it was good. With Halo Top, you can enjoy all the flavor and deliciousness of ice cream, and you don't have any of the worries. Halo Top has less than 360 calories per pint, but it's still delicious and creamy, just like ice cream should be. Halo Top is packed with 20 grams of protein per pint. They have over 20 incredible flavors to choose from, like vanilla bean, cinnamon roll. They got pancakes and waffles. I gotta get that one myself. That sounds ridiculous. Finally, you can stop avoiding ice cream. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your summer. Eat some Halo Top. Halo Top is available nationwide. Find your pint at halotop.com. Follow them on social media at Halo Top Creamery, halotop.com. I love therapy. Therapy has transformed my life. And guess what? Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. I know you can't imagine fitting another appointment into your life, right? Well, with Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message. No commutes, no leaving the office, no judgments. To match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/beautiful. Use the code BEAUTIFUL. You get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. That's beautiful at Talkspace.com/beautiful. Hello to everybody who enjoys a good public park. It's Beautiful Anonymous. 1 hour, one phone call, no names, no holds barred.
I'd rather go one-on-one. I think it'll be more fun, and I'll get to know you, and you'll get to know me.
Hello, everybody. It's Chris Gethard welcoming you to another episode of Beautiful Anonymous. I'm recording this right now. You might notice the sound tone is different. I'm in a hotel room in Montreal, Canada. I'm at the Just for Laughs Festival. Me and Jared are up here. In just a few short hours, we're about to do a live taping of Beautiful Anonymous. I'm very excited. People have been stopping me on the street saying they're coming. That is hugely flattering. I am looking forward to the performance. For anybody listening to this in the future, thank you for coming. And it was so nice meeting you afterwards. So yeah, thanks for that. Want to plug a couple upcoming dates. Next weekend, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I'll be doing stand-up comedy at the Vermont Comedy Club in Burlington, Vermont. Would love to meet Beautiful Anonymous fans there. Vermont, I hear nothing but good things. I've passed through there before. This is the first time I'm going to spend any chunk of time there. Come hang out, say hi. And also, my New Yorkers out there, listen up. A show that's very important to me, special to me, a show I'm organizing August 8th, Wednesday night, Jackson Heights, my home neighborhood. You've heard me talk about Jackson Heights so much on the show. I'm organizing a show. It's going to take place at a little lounge on Northern Boulevard. It's me and a whole bunch of my favorite comics, and it's a benefit for a candidate for New York State Assembly named Catalina Cruz, who I've met, who I'm a big supporter of. She's the first person who's experienced the DREAM Act, running for office in New York State. A friend of mine works on her campaign, said, hey, let's do a comedy show. I said, not only can we do a comedy show, I can get all these people to come out early, eat some of the fantastic food in my neighborhood, hang out, see Jackson Heights, eat. We had that episode, we talked about I think it was Uruguayan food, come eat the Indian food, the Colombian food, the Mexican food, all the good food. And then you come see a show, hang out with me and a whole bunch of very funny comics on August 8th. Anyway, last week's episode, I talked to someone from Northern Ireland, someone who grew up in the county where my grandfather grew up. It was very meaningful to me. Thank you to everybody who listened to it. I enjoyed reading all the feedback. I will say I got one tweet that was it was so weird just to remember how small the world is. During the episode, I was trying to remember. I said, I think some distant family of mine owns a bar. And this guy tweets at me, he goes, hey, is the bar called Tomney's? Were you trying to think of Tomney's? I go, yeah, that's it. He goes, yeah, I live 8 minutes from Tomney's. So thanks to the guy, some guy who listens to this show every week, who lives 8 minutes away from where my family's roots are. What a weird thing. This week's episode, so excited to see what you guys think. It's going to be a controversial one over at Beautiful Anonymous, the community on Facebook, which, by the way, we're coming up on 30,000 members. We are past 29,000 members. Join today. How cool would it be to be able to say we got 30,000 members in there? If you're on Facebook, Beautiful Anonymous, the community, join up. Not everybody likes the format changes with Beautiful Anonymous, but I tell you, I think I have high hopes for this one. Here's what we did. We sent out a thing. Instead of a phone call, we said, hey, if you're in New York and you want to talk, email us. pitch us your story that way. Jared and Harry went through all these pitches. There were about, I think, 70 or 80 that came in. And what we did was we said, meet us in Madison Square Park at such and such a time. And I got there. Jared had set up a couple microphones at a table, and we just sat in a public park. I sat there and waited, and eventually a stranger sat down across from me and said, yeah, I'm the person that they said should come. And we sat in Madison Square Park at 23rd Street, right where 5th Avenue and Broadway meet. And for an hour, we just talked. And there were hundreds, probably thousands of people throughout the course of the hour milling about, walking past. So you're going to hear a conversation that I think is just like any other conversation we have here on Beautiful Anonymous, except it was very intense, face-to-face eye contact. And it's kind of I think a very cool audio experiment and a different kind of Beautiful Anonymous, but I'm very proud of it. I'm very excited to see what you think. And also, this person, I can't say caller this time, this person has a hell of a story. Wait till you hear where she's from, where she's been, what she's looking to do. Love life, all of it was just so cool. Just such a cool person with such a cool story that I was happy to hear. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. And we're now going to pick up in progress. You're going to hear just me sitting in a park nervously waiting for a stranger to arrive. I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to just start rambling. Are we recording now? Okay, so I'm currently in Madison Square Park. It's a very crowded park. It's a very sunny day. There's hundreds of people walking by. Usually Beautiful Anonymous is known for its intimacy, just one-on-one on a phone. You just know it's me and Jared, Harry listening. But now there's hundreds of people around. There's going to be a lot of eye contact. I'm not the best at eye contact. I think there's a few people who recognize me sitting on a bench. They're sitting across from me grinning. There's some people directly behind me at the table. They're eating lunch. Off to my left is some sort of children's play group. There's a number of kids running around, maybe 5 feet away. Got all these people walking around. It's very interesting because I live in New York City, so I'm constantly, there's always, everybody walks and there's hundreds of people passing, and Beautiful Anonymous really makes me think about, well, every one of these people has a story, and now I'm just waiting. One of these people, I don't know whom, is going to sit down, just talk to me in person for an hour. I don't know what's appropriate. There's some social conventions that happen when you meet in person that I don't ever have to worry about on the podcast. Like, I can't ask her name. So I'm just going to, I guess, talk with a stranger who's then going to walk away. And that'll be our sole interaction in life until we, run into each other at some weird bar in some weird neighborhood like Long Island City, which is a fine neighborhood. I don't know why I just called it out as weird. It would just be weird to run into someone there. I'm barely ever there. You can hear the fine sounds of New York City ambulances and police behind us. It's a real slice of life, the sounds of New York City. Again, there are small children. I'm wondering, some of these podcasts are very funny. Some of them are extremely dark. If this is a dark one, how do we handle that when I'm not kidding, hundreds of people walking by within eyesight? So everybody knows the physical setup. We've actually commandeered a metal table that people are supposed to eat lunch at, or are welcome to eat lunch at. We've got these microphones, big furry microphone covers, very visually obtrusive, I would say. You can hear there's a loud man, classic New York City loud guy walking by. We've also got an iPad set up. Oh, hi, someone's here. So nice to see you. How are you? I'm sorry I can't ask you your name. I know that's uncomfortable.
I know, that's fine.
I'm starting the clock. The clock is on an iPad right here.
Okay.
And this is the first time I've done one of these face-to-face with a human being where I know what you look like. Oh, look at that. Eye contact. That's new. Oh, and
how is that?
It's good. You've brought bottles of water. Thank you for that. How are you today?
I'm great.
That's
super
good.
Happy I've been doing this.
Oh, thank you for doing it. I know it's a good experiment. I'm far more socially uncomfortable in person than I am in the booth, so I'll warn you about that.
You know what? This is the first time that I tried to get on the show. I listen to it all the time, but I thought since I'm Cuban...
Oh, you are?
And I have an accent, and it's a little bit hard for me to talk on the phone.
Okay.
I didn't really wanted to do it at the beginning, but now it's like in person, so... it's gonna be better.
Okay.
For me and easier.
Oh, I'm so happy this worked out.
Yeah.
Now, when you say you're Cuban, are you Cuban American or are you from Cuba?
I'm from Cuba.
Oh,
I was
wow.
born and raised in Cuba.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah,
So
you should go for sure.
Yeah, I just got my Irish citizenship. I'm going to get an Irish passport, and I think that means I can go legally.
That's great.
Yeah. I don't even have to sneak in. But I hear it's extremely easy to sneak in.
Yeah, I think you have to go to a third country or something
Canada
like that.
or Mexico.
I don't know.
That's
but
what I've
like
heard.
some time ago, you could go with like it was possible for Americans to go there.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's the status.
Yeah, I think
right
Trump
now.
made it hard again.
Yeah,
But it's still
probably.
pretty easy. And I've heard you can't use American cell phones there or access ATM machines. So you got to bring all your cash with you.
No, I don't know. It's like there are some rules for that, but I think you can. An ATM you can use for sure.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah.
All right. Someday.
Someday.
So
We're getting there. We're getting closer.
When did you come to the States?
Well, I have a long story for that.
Oh, is that the story? Is that what we're
That's
talking
part
about?
of the story,
Great.
yeah.
I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
Well, I left Cuba when I was like 22, 23 years old, and I moved to Dominican Republic after finishing school. I went to school for literature and linguistics. And then I moved to Dominican Republic to live with my parents, and I was there for a while. And then after that, while I was there, I got a job as a ghost screenwriter.
As a screenwriter?
Yes.
In the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, and that's why I decided to go into films, and I became a filmmaker.
Wow.
So after that job was done, I decided to move to Toronto.
Toronto.
Yes,
Beautiful city.
beautiful. I loved it so much over there. I lived there for a while, and then I went back to Dominican Republic to be with my mom because she got sick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then I stayed there for her surgery, and I spent like 6 months with her. And I decided when she got better, I decided to go to Denmark
Denmark.
to study filmmaking. Yeah.
So you've gone everywhere.
So
your
hearing
mom's
the episode
okay.
about Christiana was like
Oh, you've been?
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it it's as fucked up as it sounded?
It's not. No, it's not.
It's
no.
a party though.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice.
I gotta go.
But also, I have to say about that episode that Danish people are a lot like that on the summer and a lot different
Oh, really?
in the winter time. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they like thaw out and they party all summer.
Yeah.
And then it gets real back to business?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So your mom is okay.
No, she's not. She passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Like
Oh, you had
2
said
years
when she
ago.
got better. I'm so sorry. I assumed.
She got better at that point, and then I decided to go to Denmark to study, and then I went back to the art. I spent like 3 months with her, and then I decided to come to the States. I moved to Miami first,
Yeah.
and I lived there for like 2.5 years. But during like the first 4-6 months that I was in Miami, she got diagnosed with brain, another tumor, which made it really bad for her.
Yeah.
She her brain wasn't working properly.
That's so
at that
sad.
point. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So, but I don't know, the stars aligned or something, and then she got a visa to go to Miami with me.
Oh, wow.
And then we spent her last month together.
Yeah.
Which was really nice.
Yeah.
To at least have the chance to do that. Because at that point, I came to the U.S. as a refugee.
Yeah.
I crossed the border in the Rainbow Bridge.
The Rainbow Bridge?
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with
That's
this.
Canada. That's Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, because the thing is that to come to the States as a Cuban, it's really hard to get a visa to come here.
Yeah.
And the laws changed. The laws changed like, I think, 2 years ago, but I got in before that happened.
Okay.
And yeah,
2
what you
years
have to
ago?
do-
Sounds about right. A lot of laws changed 2
Yes.
years ago. Oh, we have just
That
for
was
everybody
actually-
listening, we have a Madison Square Park maintenance man walking by with a very loud walkie-talkie. The new thing we don't usually deal with here on the show. I figured I should explain that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came here to the States as a refugee, and then I couldn't leave until I got my green card.
Right.
So I had to stay here, and when I heard that my mom got sick, I was like going crazy because I couldn't go back
Right.
to be with her or anything. And then, like, luckily she made it to the States, and we got to spend that
Yeah.
time together.
And my understanding, pardon my ignorance, I'm going to say a lot of things that are wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
But my understanding is if I remember right, with Cubans specifically, is it if you can make it to the shores of the U.S., you can declare for refugee?
Yes.
But they will try to stop you from making it to the shores?
Yes.
And that's the U.S. Coast Guard that's trying to stop you?
Yeah, but the
Or
thing is that
border
I
control
came
from
by like, I walked here. I
Yeah.
didn't like come in a boat or anything like that.
You
so-
went up north.
Yes.
That sounds easier.
It is, but I mean, it's not that easy to get a visa to go to Canada. But since I was there before and I got invited to the Toronto Film Festival, so that's why I went to Toronto for like a week or two, and then I stayed there for the festival, and then I finally took the decision to. Because the thing is that the first time I went to Canada, I was thinking about doing that, but I didn't do it because my mom got sick.
Right.
So yeah, that was my second chance to do it.
So did you know before you went to the film festival, were you like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this? Or was it while you were up there and you were just like, screw it, let's go for it?
It was a mix of both, I have to say, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now the Toronto Film Festival, that's a big deal. That's one of the big ones.
Yeah. No, but I didn't go like with the film or anything.
But you got invited. You weren't just attending.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So
I
I'm
know.
sitting with an artist of some renown.
Not that much, not really.
I like it though. All over the world. Studying film, making films.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then, well, after what happened with my mom, I decided to take a break. I quit my job and I went to California for a couple of weeks, not that long. And yeah, I went back to Miami and found a job there and started like working and like focusing on my life and trying to be better because I know that's what my mom would have wanted for me. So yeah, and I worked there for like 2 years, and then I got my green card finally, and I decided to quit that one job.
Yeah.
That was actually really good for me, but I felt like life in Miami was everything that I could ask for.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel any more challenges coming from the city in general. So I felt like, okay, it's time to like make a big change.
Is that when you came to New York?
Yes.
The city that will always challenge you
I know.
and crush you and beat you up? Have you found that?
A little bit, yes, but not really. I'm a super positive person. I don't want to like give myself any bad luck or anything saying this, but in general, if I try really hard, everything goes well for me.
There you go.
So
New York's good for people like that.
I know.
It's tough. I've lived here 14 years and it still beats me up sometimes.
Yeah.
Thinking again now. So when did you get your green card?
I got it like last year in December.
Last year. So this is all new.
Yes.
So there's all this stuff about refugees in the news right now. Is that something that concerns you, or is it like the stuff with Cuba is a little more straightforward?
Yeah, the things with Cuba in that sense are like very clear. Like right now, it's not that easy to come to States. But I don't know, because it works completely different for other refugees.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry too much day to day about them pulling any stuff with your green card or things like that?
No, not right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would imagine, I mean, I know when I see what's happening right now, it's like breaking my heart. And I was born here. I would imagine it's even more intense for you.
I know, yeah, it is so hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, it's so weird because when you finally make it here, it's like, and especially for Cubans, because in Cuba you cannot really you can think about politics, but you cannot talk about it. And it's like very frustrating. And then you're shaped like that. Your life is that way. And when you finally get out, you feel the freedom to talk about it, but you don't really like feel comfortable doing it for some reason because you've been like that your whole life, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
So
and then now you get here and you see that you can finally talk about all these problems, but you don't really want to. You just want to like enjoy your life while you can, because I mean, I still do it, but it's like I understand Cubans that go through that, because there are like two different kinds of people in that way, of Cuban people here in the States especially. Some of them talk a lot about what happened in Cuba, and some of them just don't want to think about it and they want to enjoy their life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. A lot of people are just trying to put that behind them.
Yeah. I know it sounds like a little bit selfish, but when you've had a hard life in Cuba. It's understandable if you want to go that way.
So can I ask, like, I guess I always just assume that as the world progresses, that's happening every place, but it's still very oppressive there in a big way. Is it Raul Castro who's in charge now?
Yes.
And he's just as bad.
He's not as bad. I mean, he is bad because everyone that's in that position and it's not changing, everything is bad, you know, but he's like not the worst. He's not as bad as Fidel, I have to say. But I think it's also because, not because he wants to be good, but because the people in Cuba are starting to do stuff about it and like finally try to find a way to freedom, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So you grew up, it was still really bad. What are the realities of life there like that would just be like blow my mind?
I don't know.
Like just hearing that you're not allowed to talk out loud about politics. What happens if you
can
do?
talk about politics. You just have to stay on the Castro side, you know?
So you can say pro stuff. So if somebody was, is it like if somebody started talking publicly, or is it even like, oh, if you talk privately and someone reports you, they might, what happens?
Yeah,
Do the
it was
police show up?
It was a little bit like that before, but when I was born, then it was bad at the beginning, like for the first few years, because the socialist thing came down, the USSR. Okay. And then, but it got better like around the 2000s.
Yeah. So you can, and what would back then it was like actual secret police and stuff like that, but now that's a little more relaxed?
It is a little bit more relaxed, but it's still going on the same thing, but it's a little bit better.
Right, right. And how much of it, I've read like, I guess I've read a fair amount just as a curious person. I've also read that is there a weird dichotomy that I've read about, correct me if I'm wrong, where a lot of Cubans are trying to get to America, but also America's policies towards Cuba keep a flow of money from going in as well. That's a little bit, it's like a catch-22, right? Like if America would take its foot off the gas on some of the sanctions, life would be better there, right?
Yeah.
Is that a thing I've read? Or I don't know.
Yeah, it is a little bit like that. It is very complicated because the thing is that the money of the families that got to make it here and they send money to their families that are in Cuba, you know, it fuels a lot of the country or a lot of the economy in the country.
Is the money coming back?
Yes,
yeah.
A little bit. But the thing is that they need it. What can you do if you're here and you have money and you want to send it to your family, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, it's very complicated. And I would prefer to talk more about
you let me know
how I feel here.
Yes, say the word. Say the word.
About how Cuba works, because honestly there is a lot to read about out there, and I don't feel like...
For sure.
I don't feel like a lot of people knows how it goes for... I mean, of course everyone knows how it goes for immigrants here, but for like Hispanics, I don't know, it's hard.
Really?
It's so hard, especially if you weren't born here.
Yeah.
And if you just like, because, I don't know, I feel like sometimes people judge you because you have an accent, you're different, you have a different background, and it's so hard.
What have you run into?
I don't know, it's just, in general, I feel like people sometimes get tired of trying to understand you, you know?
Yeah.
And they give up.
Yeah.
And that's really sad. Especially because if you were born speaking a different language, you think that way. And then when you make it here, you have to explain what's going through your mind in another language. And that's like 2 steps harder than...
You're translating in your own head.
It's not like you're translating because at some point you get to think in English too, but it's still harder, you know? So it's, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people should be more patient.
Did you speak English growing up at all?
Not really.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I knew a few words, but compared to now, no.
Wow. How
Actually,
long
when
did it
I
take
made
you
it
to
to
learn?
Canada, it was super funny because I thought like, I can handle this. I can speak English. Of course I can. But then when I got there, I was like, oh no, I don't know how to speak English.
And when you went to Denmark, What language was it? English there?
It was an international school, so everything was in English. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had to. Oh, there's garbage hitting us. We just. Oh no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're just participating in like a hipster art project over here. I'm so sorry about that. I think when garbage flies through the air and starts hitting me, bouncing off my legs, that's as good a point as any to take a little bit of a break, right? Take a little bit of a breather. We got ads. Use the promo codes if you like what you're hearing. It really helps the show when you do. We'll be back after this with more Beautiful Anonymous. Casper is a sleep brand that continues to revolutionize its line of products to create an exceptionally comfortable sleep experience one night at a time. With 3 mattress models, the original Casper, the Wave, and the Essential, Casper mattresses are perfectly designed to soothe and cradle your natural geometry. Not to mention the breathable design. It helps you sleep cool, regulates your body temperature throughout the night. That's good. I tend to sweat a little when I sleep, and the Casper really does help. It's really nice, actually. It's delivered right to your door in a small how-do-they-do-that sized box with free shipping and returns in the U.S. and Canada. The best part is you can be sure of your purchase with Casper's 100-night risk-free sleep-on-it trial. After all, you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping, so you should be comfortable. I've mentioned it before. I got a Casper. I really like it. I liked it so. The unboxing experience, I was actually in Scotland. My wife got the box. She FaceTimed me. I got to watch the unboxing on FaceTime. That's how fascinating it was that we sat there, we watched it cross-continentally, pan-oceanic, and guess what? I also sleep better. More importantly, I sleep really great on the thing. Get $50 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/beautiful and using beautiful at checkout. That's casper.com/beautiful. Offer code beautiful for $50 off your mattress purchase. Terms and conditions apply. These days, you can get practically everything on demand, like this podcast right now, right? You listen whenever you want. You get to do it when it's convenient for you. So why are you still taking trips to the post office when you get postage on demand? At Stamps.com. Stamps.com, you can access all the amazing services of the post office right from your desk 24/7 when it's convenient for you. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter, any package using your own computer and printer. Think about that, the convenience. Then the mail carrier picks it up. You just click, print, mail, and you're done. Could not be easier. I've used it myself. It has made life easier. It makes it just a breeze. Something that can be a little bit of a thing that makes you jump through hoops, it makes it hoop-free. Stamps.com. It really does. I personally recommend it. Right now, use the code BEAUTIFUL for this special offer. Up to $55 free postage, a digital scale, and a 4-week trial. Do not wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the radio microphone at the top of the homepage and type in beautiful. That's Stamps.com. Enter beautiful. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. Now, let's get back to the not quite phone call. So you had to, there's garbage hitting us. We just oh no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're just participating in like a hipster art project over here. I'm so sorry about that. Oh no, it's totally fine. Totally fine. That was awkward. I feel bad.
It's funny more than awkward.
Well, I had to react so people would understand why we both stopped talking, which is that garbage started hitting us in the wind. But I didn't mean. Oh, it's totally fine. There's nothing to worry about here. Oh no, you didn't ruin anything. If anything, it gives it more of like a natural slice of life feel.
Garbage flying across the table.
Everybody will really believe that we're in New York City when you get hit by flying garbage, right? Yeah, look at that. We charmed our way out of it. Now, you put your sunglasses on during the awkward moment.
I know.
You do.
I can show you my eyes again if you want.
No, I wasn't sure if that was sun or if you were like, this got awkward, I better hide.
It's because of the sun. No. Okay. I have nothing to hide.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. This is cool. Is there like a little Cuba in New York? Is there like an equivalent?
Not really. That actually is in Miami. Little Havana. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I feel like Miami is to Cubans what New York is to Dominicans.
Right.
Because we have, like, also since I lived for a while in Dominican Republic, I feel identified with the culture too.
Yeah.
So we have like a little Dominican town here in New York, you know.
Where's that?
Washington Heights.
Washington Heights, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
And that's where I live.
Oh, you live in Washington Heights?
Yes.
That's cool. And did you go there saying, I'm used to Dominican culture, I feel like there'll be some of that there, or was it just random, you wound up there?
Not really. When I moved from Miami, I was seeing someone here. I was dating this guy, and then we moved in. I moved in with him,
Yeah.
and he was living there, but it didn't work.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it didn't. Like we broke up like 2 weeks after that.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got to New York and then you were like, ain't happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I moved like half a block away from
You
where I
did?
was living with him.
So you still run into this guy?
No, he moved also.
He moved?
So yeah, it's not in the
Is he
same
still in New
neighborhood.
York or is he out of here?
I think he's living in New Jersey now.
Oh, you don't even care.
I don't care. No, I don't want to know anything about him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got him blocked on all the social media.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
No.
I've never been able to say this on an episode of Beautiful Anonymous. I love your tattoo.
Thank you so much.
That's a bold one.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to explain what it is?
Yeah,
no,
of course.
because
Go
it's
for
a little
it.
identifying.
No,
I'm
go
not sure.
for it, go for it.
Well, it appears to be a naked lady with things growing out of her, plants growing out of her.
She's like falling down also.
Falling down, yes, that is true as well.
Uh-huh.
Is that of your own design?
Not really. Yeah. No. But I feel
Cool.
like it goes a lot with who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine. I would have to imagine. It's a big choice. Do people ever, is there ever any awkwardness about the nudity? Are people prudish?
Actually, I haven't run into anyone that told me anything about it yet, but also it's because whenever I go to work or I go to like some official stuff, then I put more clothes on.
Yeah.
It's on my arms, not like anywhere
yeah. It's
super private, but
It's
yeah.
in a good strategic spot. where
Yeah,
you
I can just cover it with a t-shirt.
You
or
can let
whatever.
it fly
Yeah.
where you want to. You can, And are you studying filmmaking here still? Are you making
No,
films?
I don't want to study anymore. I just want
Yeah.
to work and work.
Do you work in film?
I work on digital content. I create videos for the internet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of related to films, and I
I
also
mean,
work on my own projects in my free time. So
Yeah. I mean, that's where all the work is now, too.
Yeah,
right? It's the
exactly.
internet. That's cool. That's cool. We have 39 minutes left.
That's
Just
a
giving
lot.
an update for everyone listening, because you can see the clock now as well. Another unusual thing.
So tell me, Chris, how is this different than the usual?
Let's see, how is this different? Well, first of all, there's a lot of ambient noise, and I'm very conscious of it because it is New York City. And I think we get conditioned to how fast-paced and loud this city is. But I mean, there are sirens and yelling children and people talking and walkie-talkies. And it's interesting. I think there's a lot of people who love New York who are going to listen to that side of it and be like, oh, I missed that town. And there's a lot of people who hate New York who are going to be like, that's why I would never live there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my main concern.
I love it, though. For
You
now, it's like, I know that probably in a few years I'm not gonna be that happy about all this noise, but
You
for
don't
now,
like
I love
staying
it.
in one place for too long.
Yeah, I know.
Where's that come from?
I don't know. I feel like when you are forced to leave your own country, it's kind of hard to find home again.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've been back to Cuba a few times to visit my family. And whenever I'm there, I don't feel at home anymore.
Yeah.
So it's so frustrating because you don't really have a home.
Right.
And you keep like looking for new places to live in, and like new experiences that might make you feel like this is home, but it's not.
Right.
And you keep, I
So
don't
you're
know.
a wanderer. Mm-hmm. You wander. When you go home, does everyone have a million questions for you all the time? Or is it just like, no, you're back, let's chill?
Yeah.
That's
it's more
cool.
like that. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Now, when you so you lived in Cuba, and then you lived in the Dominican Republic, and then the next stop was Toronto?
Yes.
How long were you in Toronto?
Almost a year.
So you had a Toronto winter,
Yes.
and you'd never experienced that before.
No.
Was that the worst experience of your entire life?
No, it wasn't. I actually loved
guess
it. I actually
Growing
have
up
a
in
good-
an oppressive
I
regime,
actually
that
have
was a dumb question. That was a dumb question for me. Growing up in a country that's notorious for abuses, Was that the worst experience of your life? Snow. That was dumb. I'm sorry. I'd say dumb things sometimes. What's wrong with me? This is a feeling. Now that you can see me, the awkward moments, I feel very shame. I feel more shame than a usual episode.
No, don't feel like that at all, please.
It wasn't easy, though. Or were you psyched?
It wasn't easy. It was just like different, and I wanted to experience that. So I was happy to be part of that, you know.
Yeah.
And also, I was gonna say that I have a good story about the first time that I saw snow.
Yeah.
I was by myself walking on the streets in Toronto, and I actually saw it for the first time, and I was feeling like super excited, but I couldn't share it with anyone because I didn't have any friends close to me at that point. So it was kind of lame because I was just like jumping inside of me, but I didn't want to show it to people and be awkward, like I'm screaming and being happy by myself, you know, on the streets. But like 2 days after, my 2 Brazilian friends came to the city, and then we saw snow together, and we had a party on the snow, and like we threw snow at each other, and it was like super nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess I would imagine it's a thing you've seen in pop culture.
Yes. But
and
when
all of a sudden it's real.
I know.
How interesting to have that. I'm trying to think if I've ever had that experience with something. I guess like the first time I saw a desert.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
A desert had that. That's about it. I think that's about it. Now, when you are you someone? Do you just live in the moment here, or when you're going from place to place, do you have do you already kind of know? Oh, when I get tired of New York, I know the next place I'm heading. Do you have ideas?
I have a few ideas of where. Oh, this is an amazing detail about me too. I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish?
Grew up Jewish in Cuba.
Wow.
I'm one of the few Jewish people in Cuba,
Right.
I guess. Yeah. So one of my places I would like to go after the States. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna move there or not. Maybe I love it here and I stay here forever. But I might go to Israel at some point in my life to live there.
Check it out. Do you speak Hebrew as well?
No, I don't.
Wow. Now, let me ask another ignorant question. And I don't want to dwell on the past too much. It's not what you're interested in. But I know that in the Soviet Union, religion was outlawed. Was that similar?
It was exactly like that in Cuba.
So it was like an underground practice.
Yes, it was. The thing is that the Jewish community was like really strong, and for some reason, like they kept going. It became weaker, or whatever you say.
Yeah.
But while Fidel was trying to not let people do whatever they wanted with their religion, but after that, I remember when they made Christmas a holiday again in Cuba, because you couldn't even take the day off at some point for Christmas. And Fidel started going to church, and he went to the synagogue, and we were celebrating Hanukkah that day.
Yeah.
And he went there and gave a speech of 4 hours, and I was a kid at that point.
Wait, were you there?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there?
The whole community was there, yeah.
Everyone. So
Everyone
there's so few Jewish people that the whole community shows up at the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
And
of course.
Fidel came in and just gave a 4-hour-long speech?
Yeah, because he just he was gonna be more, the country was gonna be more open about religion. They just took that decision.
Hours. I don't need to hear anyone talk about anything for 4 hours.
You know that Fidel did 20-hour speeches?
Oh my God! So that was a quick one for him.
Yeah, that was.
But are you sitting there? You're a kid. Are you sitting there like, hey, Fidel, let's wrap it up?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
and you
wrap it
know
up,
what?
Fidel.
On Hanukkah, they give presents to kids.
Yeah.
And then, if you are at the Hanukkah party, you're waiting for your present, you know. And they said okay, we're gonna give the kids the presents after the speech.
Oh.
And that was the worst, you know.
Oh. And do you have to sit there trying not to fall asleep?
Yeah. And it was so hot.
Wrap it up, Fidel.
I know.
Come on, man. We got toys. We got presents.
And you know
coming.
what happened after that? They took a picture with Fidel and all the kids. It was a group picture, right?
So that exists of you somewhere in the world. Mm-hmm. A picture of you on Hanukkah with Fidel Castro.
I know.
That's a thing. Do you have a copy of this picture?
I have it, yeah.
Is that...
But listen to it.
Yeah.
Listen to this story. The thing is that they gave the kids their presents, and then
What are you talking
and then they
about?
took the group pictures with all the kids, and I was like, I didn't care about Fidel. All the kids are in the picture, like looking up to him, and I'm like holding my present and being like super happy with my present in my hands, and not even thinking about Fidel being there, you know?
Wow. So, was that common that you'd just see him around?
Yeah, kind of.
Small place, I guess, huh? It's
Yeah,
not a
but
huge
it's
island.
because he used to go like to a lot of different places just to give speeches and like
Just- yeah.
yeah. The thing is that they have a really strong security system for him.
Yeah.
They used to have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they still have it for
But
Raul.
yeah, he's
but
not.
yeah.
They're not messing around.
No, they know what they're doing.
So you like hung out, you like took a photo.
Yeah,
Do you remember
I'm not-
what present you got that day?
I know. It was like a makeup set for kids.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
That is a crazy story.
I have to say that I'm not like super proud of Fidel or Raul or any of those
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I don't know, I don't want anyone that's listening to think that
Of course.
I don't agree with anything that's going on in Cuba right now.
I have to imagine. I have to imagine anyone listening is assuming that if you claimed refugee status, that you're not thrilled with
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what was happening.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to
Yes.
make it clear. You know?
Yeah, because some people. There's some people, right? There's some Cuban people that have left that are like, no, we're supporters still, right? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I think
Divisive.
it is. It's like it doesn't happen that often anymore
Yeah.
because it's crazy to be on their side, you know. But
Yeah.
but I guess I don't know. It's complicated. They also like they say that they have a lot of people like infiltrating the U.S. or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't even want
Infiltrating
to.
the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
I don't
still
even.
try to keep you nervous.
Yeah, I
They
don't
just
want to talk
everybody
about
nervous
that.
all the time. Of course. Who wants to think about
Yeah,
that?
I don't want the government like coming to ask me anything or anything like that. That's what they say.
Of
I don't know
course,
anything.
but even this level, even you like, I'm able to see it. Even you like putting your hand up, like that's what they say, brushing it off a little bit. What a thing to have in the back of your mind your whole life.
I know, it's crazy.
That sucks. But now, so there's no way you could sit down in a public park with microphones set up for most of your life. No way. This would be. Everyone would be like, what the hell is going on?
The thing, you know how in New York you do anything strange and no one cares?
No
and
one
people
cares.
just like, if anything, they will help you, you
Yeah.
know? But in Cuba, it's not like that. If you see anything strange, then they might call the police.
Everybody's red flags are going off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they would come to ask you, like, the police would come to ask you, like, what are you doing? Can I see your ID?
Wow.
Stuff like that.
Wow. Here, like, we should explain too, hundreds of people have been walking by. No one blinks twice. No one cares. This is the weirdest setup in the world.
I know.
I can't reiterate that these are foot-long microphones covered in giant gray fur, right? Would you say
Yeah.
that's... And we have a big iPad with a clock set up, and no one cares. Everyone in New York City, no one cares. I tell you, I was walking on 7th. I went on vacation for 3 weeks, came back, and I was walking on 7th Avenue behind a guy who, I'm not kidding, he was like 7.5 feet tall, and I could feel every New Yorker was like, yeah, whatever, move, get out of my way. I got places to go. Pick up the pace, giant. Let's move. No one cares about anything. No one's impressed by anything in this city.
I know.
What's the craziest thing you've seen since you moved to New York City? What's the thing that blew your mind the most?
This actually is a really nice story. I was on the train and I saw this girl like coming through the wagon, trying to make it through people
Yeah.
from one side to the other. And then she finally made it and hugged this super tall guy. And at first I thought like, oh, they're a couple. That's so sweet, so cute. But then she like stepped back and hold his hand, like choke his hand.
Like shook his hand formally.
Yes.
Not
and
intimate.
introduced herself, and she told him like, I usually do this. I hug strangers on the train. Yeah, and they started a conversation, and there was actually another guy next to them, and they started talking too, and they said like, okay, we're just gonna get off in the next stop, then in the next station, and go to a bar and have a beer together.
So she was just a random hugger, and you watched them become friends on the spot.
I know.
And I should mention that as you said that story, this is no joke, balloons floated above our heads and children started laughing. What a positive experience, hearing that story while balloons flew. A pink one and a green one. Green? Yeah, that's green. It's green on the edge of yellow for anyone interested, right? Yeah, a yellowish green, I would say.
Yeah, it's cool that we can talk about the things that we're seeing. I mean, it's not like you're talking about what you see and me talking about what I see.
Yeah,
it's like we see the same things.
What are the things that are jumping out to you? What are the things that are jumping out to you about our music?
I don't know.
There's some people working. Another New York stereotype, people who can't slow down and stop working. A day in the park, they're on laptops, intense. I'm not trying to judge, but it doesn't look like there's much joy at that table. That's a hard-working table.
Yeah, it is lunchtime, so there's a few people eating too.
True.
And a lot of kids having fun.
We got a classic guy with great sneakers. That's a thing in New York. A lot of people with really great sneakers. And he's got an open Mets jersey. Very backwards hat. Real bro, but great sneakers. You see amazing sneakers in this city all the time. A lot of kids. How do you feel about this fountain art installation? For anybody who wants to check this out, we're talking about the one. It sort of looks like, I would say, like a Christmas tree, but evil, floating in the middle of a fountain. Like an
that's
evil
actually
Christmas
true.
tree.
I wouldn't want to have that Christmas tree. I don't know. That would be weird. But it's nice. I like having it at the park at least.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because you're an art fan. You're an artist.
Yeah.
What's that neighborhood in Miami? My friend, I went and visited
Wynwood?
Is that the one that's like all street art, murals, and everybody's just out, and all the restaurants are outdoors, and people drinking?
It's that one.
That place is cool. You hung out there a lot, huh?
Yeah, all the
time. Is that where you lived?
No, I lived on... At first I lived in Coral Gables, and then I moved to Little Havana.
Little Havana.
Embracing my roots, yeah.
Yeah. Where can I ask another Cuban question? Just because I'm obsessed with food.
That's fine.
Where do I go to eat? Where do I go to eat good Cuban food in this town?
Calle 8.
Where's that?
In Miami?
No, in New York. Where do I go
in New York? Oh, no, I don't know here. I don't usually go to Cuban restaurants because I'm a vegetarian, and it's so hard to eat vegetarian food at Cuban restaurants.
There was a Cuban restaurant on my block in Queens years ago, closed down. A lot of meat. Ground beef with olives and French fries in it. That was the thing I used to get.
That's why if I want to eat Cuban food, I just make it at home.
Yeah. How long have you been vegetarian?
I've been a vegetarian for like a year and a half now.
Yeah, I still eat fish.
Me too.
You do?
I'm not proud of it, but...
Me neither. I'm trying to move on, but it tastes so good.
Me too. I eat it like once a month or something like that.
I eat it a lot.
Yeah.
I convinced myself for the protein. So I've been trying to work out more. I've been doing my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. Yeah. I've lost a lot of weight. I'm feeling good. So I'm trying to eat a lot of protein. But there's other ways to get protein.
Yeah.
But then I was just reading that that the guy who sort of formalized veganism and like wrote the book that kind of made that, I think maybe made the term vegan come into play. He originally said you can eat mussels because mussels don't move. They attach themselves to the seabeds. They're effectively plants.
I don't know. I don't want to eat living things. I mean, I know that plants are, of course.
You shut that down.
I know.
You did. I tried to.
But I mean, like animals.
I tried to justify it to myself. You were like, let's stop. Don't bullshit a bullshitter here. No way.
Animals, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable doing. And even drinking milk, it's like you're drinking another's animal milk.
It's weird it's really, really strange when you think about it.
Yeah.
I don't drink milk. That's more for this is a weird thing to say in person. I wouldn't feel awkward about this in the studio. I tend to get a little gassy.
That's fine.
It's not fine.
It's like, who doesn't fart? That's normal. Everyone does.
See, this is not a thing you and I would be saying to each other if we met in any other circumstance.
I would. I don't know about you.
Really? Within 37 minutes, you'd say the sentence, who doesn't fart, to another, I guess I'm a little more shy than you are. Talking about farts in a public park. That's time to take a break. It's time to take a break and hear from an advertiser. Guess what, guys? Special thing, don't hit that forward button. If you're one of these people who skips the ads, don't skip that one, because you know what everybody always likes on the show? Everybody always tells me we love when you talk about your wife. Guess what? Our ad coming up, we got a special assist. My wife, Hallie Bullitt herself, is going to help explain our advertiser today. So I know a lot of you guys are fans of hers tangentially through this podcast. Stay tuned. Me and my wife got some products to sell you. Check them out. Use the promo codes if you like them. We'll be right back. Using thousands of real women's measurements, Third Love designs its bras with breast size and shape in mind so that they fit impeccably and feel even better. And now, since adding 24 new sizes, Third Love offers the most options of any brand, a total of 70 sizes. You can find your fit in 60 seconds online, order, and try on at home with Third Love's Fit Finder quiz. It's fun, takes less than a minute, no more awkward fitting room experiences. This is hands down the most comfortable bra you'll own. And I bet you're saying, Chris, how would you know? Well, luckily, I have someone very special to me here who has experienced what Third Love has to offer. My wife, Hallie Bullitt. Hallie, you have had the Third Love experience.
This is a great bra.
Great bra.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah, you can't argue. This is a good bra.
What would you say are the most standout qualities of the Third Love bra?
What I like hearing you talk about it. What did I tell you that I liked about the bra?
You did immediately flip out and said you liked the detailing on the straps.
I just like hearing you say detailing on the straps.
You did. You loved the detailing on the straps.
Yeah, it's got really pretty straps.
Really pretty straps.
Yeah.
And how'd you like that online ordering experience?
Yeah, easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Great detailing on the straps.
They ask you questions about your old bra. You're like, I like this about my old bra, but I really don't like this aspect of my old bra. And then they're like, ding, 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 order this one. They tell you like how to fix all your bra problems.
So are you, Hallie Bullitt, my wife, saying thumbs up to Third Love?
Yeah, and I did I tell you that I like the padding?
The padding. Look at that.
Yeah, because it's like not too much. You don't want to put on a bra and be like, whose boobs are these?
Third Love knows that there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering my listeners 15% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/beautiful now to find your perfect fitting bra. Get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/beautiful. You get 15% off today. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. Now let's finish off the phone call.
Who doesn't fart? That's normal. Everyone does.
See, this is not a thing you and I would be saying to each other if we met in any other circumstance.
I would. I don't know about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Within 37 minutes, you'd say the sentence, who doesn't fart, to another, I guess I'm a little more shy than you are.
Me too. I'm
You
super
are?
shy. Yeah. The
Thanks
thing
for
is that
taking a chance
it's
on
really
doing this.
hard for me to open with people, but then when I get to be open, I'm like super outgoing.
How is this feeling for you? Comfortable? Uncomfortable?
Yes, I'm super
Good.
comfortable.
That's good. Oh, we got a guy on a city bike. New school, past 5-10 years imagery. City bike, the big blue bikes of New York City. What else? What else would you like to tell me? What else should we talk about?
I don't know. Guess we could talk about love.
Love?
Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
I got in a little argument with my wife before I left the house. That's why I was a little late. I apologize for that. I don't
That's
know
fine.
if you picked up on it.
Don't worry.
So love is on my mind because I love my wife so much. But we got in a little fight because I was supposed to help her carry some dressers that she's painting out of our house so she could paint them outside. I had told her I was coming to do this, but she forgot that, and my schedule's always weird. She's like, you can't explain and memorize your schedule. How am I gonna move these dressers? So, and we got a little fight, and then I helped move the dressers, and then I ran to the train. But it made me about 15-20 minutes late. I apologize.
No,
When I think
no.
of love right now, that's what I'm thinking. What do you think about love?
I don't know. I don't know if I hate it or if I love it. It's like being in love is the best feeling you can have, but if you are not loved back, then it's the worst.
You open yourself up.
Yeah.
A lot of vulnerability when you choose to love someone. Now, is this in reference to the guy you used to live with? Are you still processing that?
No, that guy's not actually that important in my life.
Yeah, it didn't sound like it.
No, he's not like
Sounds
one of
mostly
the
like-
main people that I've
Yeah,
loved.
he's not one of
No,
that. He's not on your Mount Rushmore.
No.
It sounds mostly like he was a good reason to move to New York. And now let's
I
all
was gonna
on.
move to New York anyway.
Oh, so not even
it just,
that.
Yeah,
Not
it just
even that.
happened that I was dating him at that point, and it made sense that I would stay with him for a while.
Yeah,
But that was it.
sure.
Yeah.
So this was a totally, largely inconsequential human being in the story
Yeah.
of your life.
Exactly.
So what's going on now that you got love on the mind?
I don't know. I'm gonna start from the beginning.
I
fell in love with this Cuban guy when I was 21, and we got married 3 months after we met.
You got married?
When I was 21, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of a rebellious thing.
It was a what thing?
It was like I was being a rebel.
Rebel.
Yeah.
So
that's
it was
why I did it.
pure passion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to apologize, guys, for my accent.
No.
If you don't understand anything, just
When
ask
I
me.
said that, I promise you, it wasn't that I didn't understand.
I know.
It's that I was trying to. Here's exactly what I was thinking. When you were 21, I'm going, were you still living in Cuba or were you in the Dominican Republic? I was trying to place it in my mind.
I was in Cuba.
You were in
It was
Cuba.
right before I left Cuba.
So everybody.
Yeah, I left Cuba because I broke up with him.
You did?
Yeah.
So you were a refugee not just from
No,
the standard Cuban reasons, but also getting away from a toxic guy.
I guess, yeah. It wasn't toxic. We are still friends. We just like we're on the same page. So.
Wow. So so you had this rebellious, passionate love. It led to a quick marriage. Was he 21 as well?
No, he was 28.
28.
Yes.
So still relatively young to get married.
Yeah.
And then everybody's upset. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. It was like that at the beginning, but then they were fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got married and we were really happy for like a year.
Yeah.
But we had an open relationship.
Oh, you did?
And
the open relationship.
Yes. And he met this girl and he was like, I really love you. I think you're the love of my life, but I want to be with her too. And I was like, I'm fine with you having sex with other people, but I don't really want you to have a relationship with anyone else.
So it crossed some emotional lines.
Yes. That's
no
why
good.
I decided to move on from that.
Was he trying to set up a thing where you all lived together and he had like a harem?
No, he wanted to. No, it wasn't that bad. He just wanted to like have a relationship with her at the same time that he
Right.
was living with me, and I didn't want that. So, yeah.
So you were more thinking of an open relationship in terms of, well, if you have sexual or physical needs, explore them, express them.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking for you to have a side piece.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bummer.
I know.
Did he feel bad? Did he at least feel guilty?
He, I don't know, like 3 months after we broke up, I went back to Cuba to see him, and like not to see him, but I saw him, and then he cried, which was really awkward for me because I couldn't stop laughing. Not because I was like making fun of him. It was just awkward, you know. I didn't know what to do.
So he starts crying, you start laughing?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bad day in his story.
I mean, he screwed me up, so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sounds like he deserved it.
I can laugh.
Sounds like he deserved it, but ooh.
No, I wasn't doing it on purpose. So.
No, of course. Wow.
So then after that, well, you know, I moved to Dominican Republic, and then I went to Denmark. And while I was in Denmark, I finally got to see my best friend that I didn't see in like 4 years.
Yeah.
But we kept talking all the time on the phone. So we would Skype every day for like 4 hours.
Is that why you went to Denmark?
No, I went to Denmark to go
For
to
school.
To
But
film
it just
school.
worked out.
Yes.
Got it.
And then she was living in Germany. And after like 4 years of friendship, we fell in love. Which
And
was
you said she,
she.
but
Yeah,
you had been married to a man prior.
I know.
Was this something you were aware of and comfortable with before this? Or was this
Not
a new
really.
revelation?
I'm just not the kind of person who decides who I want to fall in love with.
Yeah.
So if it happens with a guy, fine. If it is with a girl, great.
That's cool.
Yeah. I
Love
like to
is
see it that
love.
way at least. Yeah, exactly. It's not like I don't have to express who I am or anything. I just have to do whatever I want to do, and that's
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have to label or anything, or like say I was married to a guy, so now I cannot be with a girl. No,
Right.
I don't say it that
Right.
way.
So it's just you, maybe more than anyone I've ever met. You just do you.
Yeah,
You're just doing you. See what happens. Roll with the punches.
I guess.
Wow.
Well, but the thing was that she was married to a guy
What?
when that happened. I know.
I've taken off my glasses. As everybody knows, we're hitting a real fever pitch. So she's married to a guy.
She
You
was.
fall in love with her. Does she fall in love with you?
Yes.
Drama.
I know. That's
So
how
her-
my life works.
Wow. We have 15 minutes left. I want to hear everything. Does
Okay.
the marriage end?
It does.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to say that it was because of me, because I don't feel like they were happy at that point.
Right.
But yeah,
I'm sure it didn't help things.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. But the thing is that I really loved this girl, and I
Yeah.
was really happy when I was with her. But I couldn't stay in Germany because she was still married to this guy, and I didn't have a visa to or a work permit or anything, and
Wow.
we couldn't get married. So I had to leave Europe, and then we kept being together online, we had a long
Right.
distance relationship.
Can I ask, is that how Europe works? If your visa's up, is it for all
For
of
Cubans,
the
yeah.
for the whole European
I don't,
Union?
Yes, I don't know if for Americans it goes like that, but for Cubans, no one wants us anywhere.
So it wasn't like you two could travel around Europe together and she could
We
make
could travel around Europe together, but the thing was
But once
that
your visa was out.
Yeah, I was out. I couldn't stay in Europe. Yeah, unless I married someone or got a
Yeah.
job or something like that.
Wow.
So, and she told me you should stay and try to make it here even if you don't have a work permit. And I didn't want to do that because then I would be depending on her, not speaking the language, and it just wasn't a good idea. And I'm so glad that I did that because then I got to spend time with my mom in Miami.
Right.
So, yeah. So we could go in long distance for a while, but then it sort of died
Yeah.
because there was no way we could see each other. She couldn't come to the States. She didn't have a visa. And I couldn't go to Europe because I didn't have my green card yet. So
Now
Yes.
that you have a U.S. green card, can you travel back?
I wanted to. I actually that was my goal when I got the green card. I would go to see her, but now she's with someone else, and I'm kind of over that too. So
Wow. How long ago was that ended?
it was for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, something like that.
And-
So I was with her while I was living in Miami for a long time, but then we broke up for a while. I had another relationship with another girl, and then when I broke up with that girl, we had our thing online again for a while. But that wasn't working, so we just decided to move on.
Moved on. What's your relationship with love now? You said you can't decide if you love it or hate it. Are you dating in New York? Are you figuring this out?
I'm meeting people, but
Meeting
also
people.
what happened to me when I moved here is that I met this Cuban girl. I'm all Cuban girls.
Okay. Okay.
Because that one was Cuban too, the one from Europe.
She was.
Yes.
Okay.
So I met this Cuban girl when I moved here. I didn't actually meet her here. I met her in Cuba. But we weren't friends or anything, and we became friends when I came here. So, yeah. And I really like her.
You do?
Yeah, but she doesn't love me back.
She doesn't.
No.
Have you gone on any dates?
No, she didn't. She doesn't even want to try that. We are really good friends. We see each other every day and everything. But I told her hey, I want to try this. Let's do it. She's like, no, I don't want to be with Cuban girls because they are too dramatic.
Too dramatic.
I know.
And
That's
how'd
what
you
she
take
says.
that?
I take it man, you cannot say you're not gonna be with someone because of where they're from. It's don't
Yeah.
do that. That's not nice.
I will say, devil's advocate, you have been in some very dramatic situations.
That's true, but it does if you want to be with someone that's gonna make it really adventurous for you and that's gonna try anything and be by your side and be open and
Yeah.
be willing to enjoy life, then it's gonna be a dramatic person because that's how it works.
Right.
Not if you are just a plain person who doesn't take risks, then that's what you're gonna get.
Wow.
This is the whole package with
You
the
brought
dramatic stuff and everything.
You brought up love, and I was like, man, my wife's mad because I didn't move a dresser. And then you're telling me about passionate marriages that you just go for, and then flying halfway across the world and falling in love with women, and now someone's saying I can't be with you because it might be too passionate at the end of the day is what they're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's excuse.
I moved a dresser. I moved 2 dressers. That's what I got for the conversation.
Well, the thing is that, like 2 days ago, I told her that I don't want to see her anymore because we are like in a really toxic thing. We see each other every day. We sleep together from time to time. Like not sleep
But in
together.
the same bed.
Yes, exactly. Like, and then we hug while we're sleeping and we cuddle and
She spoon.
yes,
So
but
that's very confusing.
yeah, exactly. That's the
She's got
thing.
she's got to be aware that she's now saying one thing, but there's some doing. There's a little bit more happening than just a standard friendship.
Yes, exactly. And I'm confused. I just don't want to be part of that anymore because I feel like I'm the one who's getting hurt.
Wow. I'm
yeah.
so sorry.
But yeah, I decided to move on from that too.
You did.
It's not working and it's hurting me, so bye.
So you're giving up. You're growing to hate the concept of love.
I don't think I hate it. Just need a break from it.
You need a break.
Honestly, if she loves me back, I would be happy to be in love and like I want that. I want to have a happy relationship and I want to be happy with someone. But if it's not working, what can I do? I have to find happiness somewhere else.
What's the game plan? How are you gonna find it? You gotta.
I have no idea. I'm just gonna be myself and enjoy life as much as I can.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I started this salsa lesson yesterday.
Salsa lessons.
I know.
How was that?
It was actually super awkward because I'm Cuban. I'm expected to be a great dancer,
Yeah.
and I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
And it was like a Cuban salsa class,
Right. Right.
which I know like the basics for. But when the teacher heard that I'm Cuban, he put me in the advanced level. And I
Right.
was completely lost the whole time. I didn't know what to do. I was like being messy all over, and like people were like, yeah,
That's-
it was a mess.
I'm so sorry you went through that. It's kind of hilarious. to me.
I know. It
So
was
you
for
show
me
up, they're
too,
like,
and
"Oh,
I
you're-"
was trying to make fun of myself, but yeah, they didn't get the joke, I guess.
So they show up, they hear you're Cuban, they're like, oh, go do this with people who have been doing it their whole lives. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I tell you something about me?
What?
I'm a surprisingly good dancer.
Yeah?
Better than you would think looking at me.
Do you know how to dance Cuban salsa?
I went to the Dominican Republic last year and I took some salsa classes.
Cool.
I'm not going to
Chris,
say I'm an
impressed.
expert, but I'll say I took to it quicker than anyone expected when they saw a pasty-faced Irish guy with big giant glasses.
Wow.
People were like, I wasn't great at salsa, but they were like, hey, you moved your hips a little better than we thought.
You should record a video of you dancing salsa and post it in the group.
Now, here's a question. Now, you're a New Yorker, I'm a New Yorker. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions. Are you someone who just listens to the podcast? Did you know what I looked like before today? Or are you just a listener?
I knew what you looked like because I went to one of the live
The
recordings.
tapings at the Bell House.
Yes.
Got it.
But I didn't, like, we didn't met. We didn't say,
No.
I didn't
I've never
go,
met.
No, yeah.
Never met you a day in my
Yeah.
life. I can promise the listeners that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering.
I'm a super shy person. I wouldn't like go to someone and tell them, "Hi, I wanna take a picture with you." I wouldn't do that.
I like it when it happens, but I'm very shy as well.
Yeah.
But most of our listeners are, and very often they come up and they hug me, and then
Yeah.
we stand around for a minute, and I'm like, "All right, bye," and they're like, "Yeah, bye," and it's just very
Yeah, I mean,
Socially
it's
grim.
nice that people love you that much, but
it's pressure.
I
too.
just don't feel like I'm the kind of person like I can love you from my home,
You don't-
listening to your podcast. You know.
Listen, I know love is a very touchy topic for you right now as well. I don't want to. You can just enjoy the pies. We don't need to cross over into love. It's been bringing up all sorts of stuff. It's been bringing up
That's
all sorts of
fine.
stuff.
Yeah. So well, I don't know. That's what's going on right now.
What are you doing with the rest of your day?
Today, I think I'm gonna go to a second salsa lesson.
Oh, I thought you said a second. I thought you were going to say like a second podcast.
No.
I thought you were about to be like, oh, I'm going to go do Dr. Game Show after this.
Can you imagine?
Second salsa lesson. So 2 in 2 days.
Yes, because the thing is that today I want to take like the basic
The beginner.
class.
See
yeah.
if it's a better fit.
Yeah,
But when you go in on something, you go all in, huh?
I know.
You don't mess around.
You know what? I didn't know how. When I was a kid, I used to play chess with my brother the whole time, and he would win all the time.
Yeah.
And then when I married this guy, he was a really good chess player, and I decided that I wanted to learn to play chess,
Yeah.
which is really hard, I have to say.
Oh, yeah.
And I read a lot of books, and I learned, and I played him. I won. At the beginning, I won like once every 10 times we played.
Yeah.
But then it got even, and then I got better than him.
Uh-huh.
So
That's how you do it.
yeah.
You decide something's going to happen and you go beat the shit out of it until
I
it
know.
happens. And then you're like, I'm done with this. Maybe I'll move to Taiwan now. And you just take off.
I guess. Yeah.
When you decide to move someplace, how much planning goes into it beforehand? Or are you just calling everybody, hey, I'm going to Toronto. I'll be back when I'm back.
It depends. It has been different moments. Honestly, when I moved to Miami, I had like $600 in my pocket.
Miami's not a cheap place to live.
I know. Well, my dad lived there,
Oh,
and I stayed with him for a while, but we don't have like the best relationship. So
Okay.
like 2 months after I moved in with him, then I moved somewhere else.
wow.
Yeah,
Just bounce around through this world.
I know.
I've always lived like within a half hour of this park. Or no,
I want
like
to do that for
45
a while though.
45 minutes. What's that?
I want to do that for a while. I want to like stay somewhere, and I feel like New York might be the right place for that.
Well, I would have to imagine it's a good fit for you in the sense of you can live in this city for many years and still bounce around
Yeah,
from
that's
thing
true.
to thing, culture to culture, world to world, subculture to subculture. Pretty good if you're a restless person who likes to see things. It's a pretty good city.
Yeah, I guess.
Now, you live in Washington Heights. You have a very Brooklyn vibe. So
I
you hear
know.
this a lot.
I know. Yeah.
Do you hang
People
out
tell me.
out there a lot?
I like hanging out there, but honestly, before I moved to this new place, I tried to see a few rooms in Brooklyn, and I didn't like it to live
Yeah.
there. I don't know. It's just, you know what happened to me? Like last year, I had appendicitis.
Appendicitis.
Yes.
Got your appendix out?
Yes.
Brutal.
I know. The
I hear
thing
it's
is
not
that
good.
at that point I was living in Miami, and I started going through a lot of pain in the middle of the night, and I was living by myself. I had my own apartment at that point, and yeah, I had to call my friends and tell them like, take me to the doctor because I don't know if I'm gonna die right now.
Yeah.
So they came over and they checked on me and they took me to the hospital, and thanks to them I'm alive right now, I guess.
Yeah.
And I want to be in a neighborhood where I feel like I can do that with neighbors. And a lot of
Yeah.
people that live in my building are Cuban or Dominican. And
Right.
I know that even if I don't know them that well, I can knock on their door and say, like, can you help me with this? If it is something that's really important.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, Brooklyn, you don't get that so much.
Yeah.
You
So
get,
people are super nice in Brooklyn. I don't
Very
want to
nice.
be like, yeah, no.
but that
There's-
was my experience too.
Yeah.
Living in Brooklyn
Yeah.
is it's very weird to live inside a building with a human being and like you're picking up your mail and they come inside and you don't even say hi to each other. That's weird to live in the same physical structure as
It
people.
is. Especially if you're Cuban. It's like
Really?
we're used to something completely different. If we need like an egg or sugar or whatever, we just knock on the neighbor's door and
Yeah.
ask them like, hey, do you have this or do you have that?
Yeah.
That's how we live.
Yeah, that's nice. Doesn't Cuba have like a good healthcare system or like really good developed drugs that the FDA won't pass here, but that cure all kinds of shit that would be nice to have here?
Yeah,
I've heard that.
It is a little bit like that. We have like a free health system, which is nice, that anyone can go to the doctor if they want. But the
sweet.
thing is that we don't really have a lot of resources.
Yeah,
And also, the doctors don't get paid very well.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit frustrating. People can be frustrated at some point if you
Yeah.
go to the doctor. Or there are really long lines and you have to wait a lot. And it's like not everything is clean. So yeah, it's free, but it's, in my point of view, it's not that good.
Now, how long are you going to give yourself? Like, how long would you estimate until you're the best salsa dancer in the class? Honestly.
I don't want to be the best one. I just want to be good at it, you know?
So how long until you're good at it?
I give it 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So you're someone who you say last night you went and you were embarrassed to be in the advanced class. You're saying in 2 weeks you'll be totally comfortable in the advanced class.
Maybe 3.
You can go every day?
I'm gonna say a month just to, yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're saying a month because you saw my reaction. It's
I
2
mean,
weeks.
in 2 weeks, I'm gonna be able to take the advanced class. In a month, I'm gonna feel comfortable in the advanced class.
If I started salsa classes right now, I would say I might be proficient at it by 2021.
I'm sure you're gonna do it before that, Chris.
We'll see. Maybe.
You say you are a good dancer, so.
I am, but I mostly just like flail around shamelessly. My wife was a professional dancer, so to woo her, I had to learn how to dance. And I have found out that most of it is just go out and do it. Try not to be awkward, because when ladies want to dance, they don't want to dance with some awkward guy who keeps saying, oh, I don't really do this.
Yeah.
Just go, like, move your hips around,
And
shake
that's the
your
thing,
arms
you
around.
just have to have fun. You don't have to like be the best dancer in the world.
And my wife was a professional dancer, so all I gotta do is just like shake to the beat, and then she'll do something around me that makes me look great.
That's cool.
That is, I will say, I am a much better dancer when my wife is covering for me. Anyway, that's 0. We just hit 0.
Oh no.
Any last messages to the world?
Yeah, I just want to say that people shouldn't like judge people that are from somewhere else. Here in the States, it's hard for everyone, for people from here and people from somewhere else. So just be nice to each other and try to understand if they're having a good time speaking to you or trying to explain something to you. Be patient.
Be patient.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation, I think. I didn't feel confused even one time. Not one time. Did we
That's
get to
cool.
everything you wanted to talk to? I feel more questions about this and guilt in person. Did I talk too much? You can be honest.
No. It was
Okay.
perfect. It was perfect. It was so nice.
I thought you were perfect.
Oh, thank you,
I'm gonna be
Chris.
I'm gonna run it over in my head. I think I talked too much in the first half. It's okay. They'll let me know on Facebook. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
I hope you find all the love you're looking for. I hope you become a great dancer.
Thank you.
I hope you continue to explore the world as your impulses to your heart's desire.
Thank you. Bye.
I want to thank not the caller, the attendee. I want to thank the attendee for taking such a big chance, coming down to the park, talking to me face to face. Very brave, very bold, but I got the sense that you're a brave, bold person in general. That person, that she oozed confidence, I would say. Just really chill, comfortable with yourself. And like I said as you walked away, best of luck to you. Hope you find that love. I hope you don't hate love. That made me sad. Hope you love love. Travel the world until you find it. Thank you so much to Jared O'Connell, to Harry Nelson, in particular today, setting up this whole mobile rig. I want to thank Justin Linville. I don't thank Justin enough on the show. He really helps me out with all areas of my life and career, and I really do appreciate it. If you want to know more about me and my tour dates, you go to chrisgeth.com. I'm traveling all over. Some live, Beautiful Anonymous, some stand-up. Check that out. Thank you, Shellshag, for the music. Hey, rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show when you do. I can't believe I remembered all that off the top of my head. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Kiss me face to face.
Next time on Beautiful Anonymous, someone who served in the American military tells us what it was like in a very real way. You're in the Navy and you work in aviation.
Yeah. I used to fly planes for the Navy off of aircraft carriers.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was
Now-
a neat experience. And technically, I will say, for anyone who's listening who's in the Navy, I will compare myself. I'm Goose, not Maverick. So I was a backseater, not an actual pilot. So I was like navigating and weapon systems, comms, that kind of thing.
You're Goose, not a Maverick. I think we already know
I'm
the
Goose,
title
not
to this
Maverick.
episode. A Goose, not a Maverick. That's next time on Beautiful Anonymous. Oh, there's a confrontation. There's an actual confrontation happening.
No, they're my kids. I'm just asking why. They're beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, wow. We just had a confrontation.
I have,
There's a woman taking pictures in the park, and another woman walked up and said, why are you taking pictures of my kids? Those are my kids, why are you taking pictures of them? And the lady said, they're beautiful. And it's very uncomfortable. I would say Harry's giggling so nervously right now. Harry is giggling so nervously right now. That was, I would say, shockingly uncomfortable. And then I don't know exactly what happened in the fight, but it ended with the lady who had the kids saying, good luck with your nephew. And then the other lady fled. Oh, also, Jared, you might hear a weird popping sound in the background now. Jared is hitting his shoe on the grass because while setting up the table, he did step in dog shit. So let's remember, everybody, you got to clean up after your own dogs, okay? It's nobody else's responsibility but yours. Listeners have been mad at me because I'm not a dog person. And now I'm sitting here, my friend Jared, who works so hard, has to wipe shit off his shoes. So maybe it's not that I don't like dogs. Maybe it's that I don't like irresponsible dog owners. Hey everybody, it's Chris. As you've probably heard, got a new series, Beautiful Follow-Ups. We're following up with some of the all-time great callers from the history of this show. Here's me saying hello to a bunch of them.
Thank you for following up with Beautiful Anonymous. Hey, Gaff.
Hello, old friend. Hello?
Hello, this is...
I'm not supposed to know that.
It's good to hear your voice, Chris. I'm glad to be able to do this with you.
Hey, it's Gethard.
Hey, Gethard. Good to hear from you.
Hey, is this the Puppet Master?
This is the Puppet Master. How are you?
Hey, this is Gethard.
Chris Gethard, how are you?
Beautiful Follow-Ups. Come join me on Stitcher Premium. We'll all catch up with some old friends together. And guess what? You get a free month if you go to stitcherpremium.com/stories. Use the code STORIES.
Oh, baby, come back. Oh, baby, come back. It's not the same since you left.
Hey, this is Arnie from the comedy podcast Hello from the Magic Tavern, a chat show I host from the magical land of Foon with my co-hosts
Usador, the Blue Wizard,
and Chunt, the Shapeshifter.
Most weeks we interview adventurers,
wedding planners,
ambulatory trees.
But this week we have a special episode.
I am so excited to learn about the Earth lore contained in Pride and Prejudice.
We're going to do a book club of Pride and Prejudice.
And you said this is a well-loved book on Earth, right?
Yeah, it's one of those books that people love or were forced to read, or more likely it's one of those I'm gonna get to it.
And some of our most beloved guests are returning to read the book with us and enjoy some drinks and food over book club.
We have Flower, we have Crom the Barbarian.
And Germ.
You know who they are.
Maybe you don't give a crap about what an academic thinks about Jane Austen, but don't you want to know what a wizard and a badger think about it?
Not enough spells.
Not enough grubs.
Not enough sword fights.
Whether you love Pride and Prejudice or have no interest in reading it and just want to listen to a book club go really off the rails, you'll enjoy this week's Hello from the Magic Tavern.
We shall defeat this book!